Hi guys, so today I'm here to talk to you about how my writing is becoming more political, and I'm not the only one. I've actually saw an article this morning online, ironically, as I was about to tape this video, talking about how a lot of women are considering politics in their writing, especially having strong female characters, which is very important. I think that's always been important. I don't think it's just important now. But I think that maybe everybody's becoming much more aware of how there's how what they're seeing in the news in the world in general is kind of being incorporated in their writing. I know I definitely do that. I've always done that. I've always paid attention to what was going on in the news or pop culture, whatever. And if it was something interesting or I felt like I should bring up, I did. I brought it into my writing. Thought, sometimes not always bad things, sometimes fun things, but yeah, lately it's a lot of bad things, I'll be honest with you. So, for example, in my last few books, racism has come up. My last book, A Devil Named Hernandez, I actually am very political because I actually have a politician coming into this book, or came into that book, I should say, and he's involved in my next one as well. So the whole political angle kind of gets talked about a little bit as well, and then there's just the whole issue of white supremacy, which came up in my last book, and it's going to be my next one. Now this one, it's a tough one. It's not something I'm enjoying looking into because I have to do some research, but it really frustrates and angers me. But I do feel like it has to be brought into this book, and I think again, it was in the last book a little bit too. It was sort of just at the end, but there's a lot of really scary things going on in the world, and you can ignore it. And some people, and there's probably some writers who are taking the opposite approach, which to write something fun and light, because we're so overwhelmed with negativity every time we turn on the television, it seems. But, sometimes you have to also bring these topics into the forefront because we often see them in the news. It's just fact, fact, fact. This happened. There might be somebody talking about it on a more personal level. But for the most part, it's fact. You're not really getting into their head. So with writing, you have the opportunity to kind of build up the situation and show how these things impact people in everyday lives and how they show up and what that feels like and what that looks like. Now, again, it depends on the author, and some people may not even want to go near any of this stuff, and I get it. It's not for the faint of heart. And, it's disturbing. Some of the stuff I'm reading is very disturbing. Some of the stuff I'm seeing on the news is disturbing too. So it's there. But it's important. I think of writing, and whether that's writing for a book or a television series, a movie, whatever, you have to a certain degree kind of reflect what you're seeing. It is an art form. That's what art is. I've had this discussion with people lately. That's what art is. It's about showing people what you're seeing, what's going on in the world. And sometimes it's extreme. A lot of artists go very extreme to get a point across. I won't really get into that a lot, but I recently seen, like, for example, a music video that did just that, and I loved it. I loved that they did that, the particular group. But, I think, but some people didn't understand it, and I think it's the same with books and movies and whatnot. Sometimes people think this is too violent, this is too, demeaning, whatever it is, but whatever you're seeing, whatever you're watching in a fictional show, whatever you're reading, that's coming from somewhere. That writer didn't just make it up thinking, wouldn't it be funny to write a book about this or that? It's not like that. Or what if, someday this were to happen? These things are happening. You know, it'd be like me writing a book about women being sexually harassed in the workplace. Saying, I just thought I'd play around with that just in case. You know, it probably never happens, but just in case. We know it's happening. You know, and not just because it's in the news all the time and all these cases are kind of coming to the forefront. They were always there. This stuff was always going on. But, you know, our dirty laundry is out there on the line for everyone to see. And maybe we have to look at it. And maybe that's kind of the point of all this, right? So, hopefully that answers the question that I was recently asked. If anybody has any questions or comments, any suggestions for future videos, do let me know. You can find me at mimaonfire.com. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me everywhere. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.